Testing. Okay. All right. Chapter 2, Operating Instructions. Section 1, Description and Use of Operator Controls, Indicators, Paragraph Number, Paragraph Title, Page Number, General Instructions, Instrument Panel, Steering Wheel, Column Mounted Controls, 4, Cab Floor Mounted Controls, 2.5, Seat Controls, 2.6, um, CTIS Control Indicators, M917A1, M915M1 Material Control Systems, 2.7 with winch controls, M916A1, M916A2, 2.8 additional controls indicator. Alright, general. Do not attempt to operate the M915 family of vehicles until becoming familiar with the location of use. All controls indicator. Following section describes all the operator controls and indicators. Alright, instrument control panel 1, 2, 3, 4 on your left side would be air vents, the air to cab, the heat venerator, the defroster, air conditioner. Difficult with the lower opens with the decibel. 2 would be the engine, water temperature, resistor, engine coolant temperature, the degree of the Fahrenheit, normal range of the degree band 190 to 210, 15. If the needle goes bad, yellow band the 210, 215, or red band 216, 250. Stop and investigate the cause. And 3, engine oil pressure registers engine oil pressure and PSI pressure rated at 1200 RPMs. That is 50 psi, and pressure at idle speed 600 RPMs is 12 psi minimum. 4, the voltmeter indicate the battery chain with the discharge volt with the red band below with 11 volts indicates with the possible malfunction. Stop, report problem unit maintenance. B, the yellow band 11 to 12 volts include the battery owner to turn off all the electrical circuit if possible and run engine with the highest RPM permitted with existing conditions. If the reading is still not in the green band, notify the unit maintenance. C, green band 13 to 15 volts indicate the normal operating range. Red band above 15 volts indicate the batteries are being overcharged, not unified. Notify unit maintenance. 5, turbo boost gauge M915A2 and M916A1 measures pressure in intake manifold except for the atmospheric pressure being created with the turbocharger. Normal pressure is 28 psi at full load. Alright, 6, 7, 8, and 9 on the cross from the and then 12 and 13. American brake ABS warning light. The M915A2 with the M916A1 lights ignition is turned if the ABS component is working when lights go out when the vehicle speed will exceed 4 miles per hour. Light blinks when the vehicles interacts to lock out all-wheel drive. 7, the fuel pressure gauge, the M915A2 with the M916A1 indicate the output fuel pressure for the fuel pump normal range of the 35 psi to 40 to 65 psi. Transmission oil temperature gauge that indicates the oil temperature with the transmission normally range for the green band 100 to 299 degrees Fahrenheit. If the needle goes in the yellow band 300 to 324 degrees Fahrenheit, with the red band 325 above 325 and above, stop and investigate the cause. 9, the air cleaner restriction indicator gauge, the M915A2, to indicate the air cleaner airflow, but if adequate with the gauge is restricted to indicate the window will show the yellow, push the yellow reset button just after the air cleaner has been served with the fuel gauge, the M915A2 with the M916A1 indicate the amount of fuel tank with the ignition switch is turned on. Transfer case with the temperature oil gauge. Transfer case oil temperature gauge, to indicate the oil temperature in the transfer with the green band ranges from 100 to 275 degrees. Normal yellow band ranges 275 to 300 degrees. Indicate the oil temperature is too high of a gauge that must be closely mounted. Red band over 300, above 300, disengage all-wheel drive and perform troubleshooting. Tachometer with the all except for the M915A2 with the M916A1 registers engine speed in the RPM. The maximum governed speed is 2100 RPMs. Idle speed is 600 RPMs. Speedometer at all except for the M915A2 and the M916A1 registers the vehicle crown in miles per hour in kilometers, and the speedometer distance traveled inside the odometer in the miles. Are then 14, 15, 16 on the left side, and 14, 15, 9, and 10, and 8, and 11 on the right side as well. Our transmission oil temperature gauge with the M915A2 with the M916A1 indicate the oil in temperature within transmission normal range for the green band 100 to 299 degrees Fahrenheit. If the needle goes in the yellow band 300 to 324 degrees Fahrenheit. If the red band 325 degrees and above, stop and investigate the cause. Air cleaner restriction indicator gauge. Except the M915A2 with the M916A1 indicate the air cleaner airflow with the adequate gauge for the clear. Restricted indicator will show up to 20 inches of the water. Push yellow button and reset to air after the air cleaner has been served with full gauge. Except the M915A2 with the M916A1 indicates the amount of fuel in the fuel tank with the ignition switch is turned on. Alright, 11. the transfer gauge with the temperature gauge with the all except for the M915A2 with the M916A1 indicate the oil temperature with the transfer gauge with the green band ranges from 100 to 275 degrees Fahrenheit is normal. The yellow band like 275 to 300 degrees Fahrenheit indicate the oil temperature is too high and the gauge must be closely mounted. Red band above 300 degrees disengage all-wheel drive and perform troubleshooting. Primary air pressure gauge register for all the pressure for the PSI of the air. The brake system normal operating range is 90 to 120 PSI. Secondary air pressure gauge register for the air pressure in the front brake system. Normal operating range is 90 to 120 PSI. Main light switch, the M915A2 with the M916A1. 5 position switch to engage the mechanical switch must be held with unlocked position up. The switch positions are BO drive, which same with the BO marker position. Blackout drive light with the trail circuit as also function. Blackout marker of the blackout material lights over the blackout stops lightly with the stop lights will function. No other lights electrical horn will function. Alright, see the off, no lights and electrical horn will function. Stop light with electrical horn, all the separately controlled light will function except for the blackout stop light with no marker. Tail light for the drive headlights will function. And E, the service drive, same with the stop light position, but headlight and non-blackout marker tail lights will function. Alright, and then 17 and 18 on your right side, mechanical switch for the M915A2 with the M916A1. Single over the 2 position switch position are locked down and lock down position prevents the movement of the mainline switch. Unlock position up prevents and enables the movement of the mainline switch. However, the lever of the unlock position move main light switch over the desired position. Auxiliary switch to the M915A2 with the M916A1. 4 position switch will now function with the main light switches. All the switch position panel BRT or bright panel lights will function with except with the main light switch with the off the blackout drive with the blackout marker position of the panel dim and same as the BRT position with the panel lights dim and the switch from the dim left the panel off. The panel lights will not function. Park will in the main light switch with the surface with the drive position. Headlights will become deactivated, leaving all surface marker tail lights functioning. Alright, your upper right dash of the 1 and 16. The air vents of the vent air cab air vent. Number 1, vent air cap and the heat venter with the defroster air conditioner equipped with the levered openings and adjustment. And 9, the air cleaner restriction, show it right there, M916A1. Indicate the air cleaner flow with adequate with the gauge is clear. Restricted indicator window will show up the 20 inches of the wire. Push yellow reset button to reset the air after the air cleaner has been serviced. 16, main light switch. The 5 position switch operates the same as the main light switch on the other model trucks. Refer to the item 16 subparagraph A3. Alright, 19, 20, 21. 19, 22, 21, 24, 25, 26, M915A2, and all except the M915A with a mechanical switch. All except the M915A2 and the M916A with a spring load with the 2 position switch for the operator. The same with the mechanical switch. The other model truck for the item 17 in paragraph A3. Auxiliary switch. All except the M915A2 with the M916A1 4 position switch for the operator. For the same with the auxiliary switch for the other model truck for the item 18 with the paragraph A3. 19, engine jake brake selection switch. Select the number of the engine cylinders to drive the braking action. 2, 4, 6 cylinder. Turn on the left switch for the 2-cylinder, right switch for the 4-cylinder, and both switch for all 6 cylinders. Alright, 5th wheel slide. The M915A2 permits repositioning sliding 5th wheel with the inside of the cab. Lock position. Deactivate the control valve. The lock for the 5th wheel in the base plate. Unlock the position. Activate the control valve to allow the chain with the total length of the tractor trailer. The chains after the axle loads. Tachograph. The M915A2, the M916A1. Register for the truck ground speed miles per hour, kilometers per hour in hand, and engine speed right RPM hand with the distance hand with the travel odometer with the other hand, 2-hand clock hand with the tachographic disc, and install with the data is recorded in the 7-day graph with a permanent record. All wheel control valve lever, all except the M915A2 with the engine disengaged with the form of the driving axle based on the change for the driving condition engine for the poor condition traction condition. Stop with the vehicle to move the lever with the left position. The lock with the drive line, engage in front driving axle, disengage when the conditions are to back up to normal, move the lever to the right position, let up on the accelerated disengage. Your tailgate release control valve lever, the M917A with the M917A with the material control system. Unlock and locks the dump body tailgate the TM5 3805 264 14 and PTO will indicate with the light, but they'll indicate the PTO turn on PTO switch all except the M915A2 with the positions on and off of the gauge. PTO and PTO will not operate unless the main light switch for the service drive with the light position. M917A1 and M917A1 the material control shift system. 26 parking brake control. The yellow diamond shape the knob that operates parking with the brake valve with the pull out with the apply push into the release parking brake. Alright, 27 and 28. Train air supply with the trailer air supply with the control with the red octacle shaped knob supply with the air to with the air reserve with the reservoir with the push of the trailer air supply relief the trailer with the spring bay pull out and show off the air supply. 28 inner axle lockout control valve lever locks on lock with the driveline base for the driving condition lock when the poor traction condition stop of the vehicle. Push the lever the lock position lock up with the driveline B unlockable in the conditions are able to be normal. Move to the left to unlock while the vehicle is moving. All right, 29, 30, 31, and 33. 29 ignition switch. Create the gauges switches and sending using an instrument panel light the engine starts. Turn the key to switch to the right arm position. Turn the key fully counterclockwise to activate accessories. Turn the key central vertical position. Turn all systems off. The engine start switch button. Press the engine with the start solenoid. Place the button with the tune with the start engine. Utility switch and all of it except the M917A1 and M917A1 with the serial control switch. On and off toggle switch control with the utility light with the mounted on the back of the cab. Up position on, down is off. To 32 with the ether quick start button and the press the release button with the manually inject either the starting and the cold weather button is removed on the vehicle. The automatically either the injector system. 33 the panel lights control knob brightness and dims and control of the panel lights with the clockwise bright and counterclockwise dim until it turn fully clockwise to shut off the panel lights. All right, 34 and 35. 34 is a beacon light switch with the on and off toggle switch control the beacon warning light on the top of the vehicle. 35 check for the engine check engine button. Use the personnel for the engine diagnostic purpose only. 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 41. 36 the wiper washer control with the turn the windshield with wipers on and off clockwise on the counterclockwise off of the two wash the windshield with the press knob and the spray water with the turn the wipers on with the auxiliary heater indicator with the lights up with the heater is better and is lit with the auxiliary heater control switch operates with the Arctic personal heat with the personal position on the on and off with the high-low switch control with the rate of the heating of the Arctic personal heater with it's if set with the high the heater burner will go on the on when coolant temperature for the inlet with the temperature of the 160 degrees Fahrenheit suitable for the standby operation. All right, 40 is your fresh recirculating air put and allow the AC the M916A2 with the M917A1 M917A1 with material controls system vent heat modes to be used to recirculate with the fresh air with the mode with the control level the heat defrost and with the defrost system all in fresh air with the guns for the button setting. When the max AC is selected with the system draw the recirculated air regardless for the button setting. 41 fan switch control the 4 speed fan position off of the 1, 2, 3, and 4 and they all the way clockwise to the maximum fan speed. 42 and 43 mode 42 mode of the control level allow the section mode of the operation vehicle for the air conditioning mode and start with the max AC vent with the heat and defrost the vehicles without the air conditioning or mode of vent heat and heat defrost. 43 temperature control level the all section with a full range of the temperature from cool to warm. 45 44 45 46 47 48 49 44. All right, 44 turn signal indicator with the light green light with the flash with the outside of the turn the signal lights are flashing both lights will flash with the four-way flashers are on. 45 the engine oil warning light red light comes on with the on of the warning buzzer sound with the engine oil pressure is below 5 psi. Check engine light with the 40 the yellow light comes on with approximately 5 seconds with the ignition switch is turned on light stay with the air of the ignition is off function engine temperature warning light red light comes on with the warning buzzer sound with the engine coolant temperature is above 225 degrees. 48 shut down light red light comes on with approximately 5 seconds with the ignition switch is turned on light save on the problems such as low oil pressure low coolant overheating the occur with the engine making it unsafe with further operation. 49 high beam indicator light with the green light comes on with the high beam headlights are on and 50 axle light lock light amber light comes on with the inner axle differential locks all wheel drive with control level of the 7th lock engine gauge position transfer case selector and low range all except the M915A2. Alright, 51, 52, and 53. 51 is the utility light with all except the M917A1 and M917A1 with material control system. Amber light comes on with the utility lights with the turn on. 52 the beacon light with the amber light comes on with the beacon warning light is turned on. Low air pressure warning light. Red light comes on with the on warning buzzer sound with when the air pressure is in the section with the dual system fall below 65 psi. Parking brake indicator light all except the M915A2 and M916A1. Red light comes on with the parking brakes are activated. 56 for the tractor ABS indicator light all except for the M915A2 with the M916A1. One red light comes on when the ignition is turned on, but once the vehicle moves fast, 4 p.m. miles per hour, the light goes off, the ABS components are working, lights blink when the vehicle is in all-wheel drive. Alright, 55 and 56, 55 and 56 and 57 and 58. Body indicator light with the M917A1, M917 A1 with the material control system. Light comes up with when the dump body is ready. The body transport light indicator the M915A with the material control system. Red light comes on the dump body transport lock is light reduced amount 59 reduced mile per hour indicator light M915A and M917A with material control shut off. Our material control system red light comes on with the dump truck traveling with the too fast tire pressures. Select with the central tire inflation system paragraph 26. All right, 1, 2, and 3. The turn signal 1. The turn signal left to move the left forward with the right turn signal the rear word for the left turn signal center is all of the electronic horn, the push activate and show over the air horns normal city driving. 3 steering wheel turn clockwise to turn to the right and counterclockwise to turn to the left. The height turn rail brake hand with the control valve lever and the spring load lever when pulled. Rearward activate the trailer brakes. 5 hazard signal switch located under the turn signal. Move the switches off level. Activate hazard light. Move the turn signal lever forward, rearward, and to deactivate the hazard light. The headlight dimmer 6 on the vehicle with the serial number 6R7170696. Below the push button, aim the signal level. The turn the high beams push button. The second time of the turn of the high beams off on the vehicle with the serial number 6R1706997. Above lift and turn signal lever. The turn on the high beams lift lever again. The turn on the high beams off. All right, 1 and 2. 1 is the accelerator pedal to decrease the increase the engine speed, relief the decrease the engine speed, brake pedal to press the apply surface the brake for the truck, properly coupled with the entry of the trailer, shift the brake, the relief the service release service brakes. All right, number 3 and show that the transmission selector level of the switch automatic transmission from the gear position reverse is R, neutral is any driver is E, third gear is third, second gear is 2, first gear is first. The lever must be in neutral to start the truck of the M916A with the M917A1 and M917A1 with the material control switch. The reverser activates an audio alarm which the light switch within is any of the service positions. All right, 4, 5, and 6. Transfer case selector level all except the M915A2. The shift transfer below the low and high range level is normally left high within left of the neutral position. Truck will not move. The truck must be completed. Stop the transmission neutral before transfer case shifting is possible. Shifting selector lever to low engages all the wheel drive. The hydraulic control level. The M917A with the M917A with the material control system controls raising and lowering the dump body. Technical manual 53805264414P. Material control system control unit M917A1 with the material control system control the operating of the material control system tailgate TM 53805526414P. Seat controls 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 aft seat and adjustment lever. The 3 position lever. The must move the seat forward with the backward right position. Legs of the seat with the plate. Move lever away. Adjust the seat with the traveling position of the center position. Provide the shock effect of the absorbing after. Seat adjustment control the valve lever. The M915A2 with the M916A1 push in flip the position. Suspension rate with the seat with the lower the seat pull lever out with the vehicle air pressure below the above 960 psi to operate the lever. On all other vehicles, push the lever up the rate of the seat and down lower the seat. Lumbar adjustment knob except for the M915A2 with the M916A1 control the lumbar lumbar support and the seat the rotate the number of the forward for the rearward and to the degree for the lumbar seat support. Alright, 6 and 7 4 is your seat back adjustment lever all except for the M915A2 with the M916A1 adjust the seat back with the angle of the ply to remove the pressure from the seat back hold the lever the rearward to adjust the seat cushion tilt with the adjustment knob all except for the M915A2 with the M916A1 rotate the knob with the degrees the seat tilt. 6 the seat belt 3-point point belt locks and tether belt adjustable belt 7 adjust the belt located on the belt both sides of the seat. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and 7 selector panel display with the central tire inflation system information that allow for the entry with the system command with the highest 4 preset the tire pressure for the mode key with the run flat selector. Each selector push button black the tail with the has an annunciator with the system has a system light flashes while the pressure is being checked with the chain within the light steadily with the selected pressure has been reached. Running flat selector press the key with the check with the tire pressure with the inflate with the damage for the tire every 15 seconds. The announcer light will flash on and off for the mode run flat operation limited to 10 minutes unless reselected. Press the key a second time to deselect. 3 the emergency brake mode key. The press the key to select the 30 psi tire pressure operating with the extreme terrain conditions where maximum traction is required up to the maximum speed of 10 miles an hour. Reduce the mile per hour indicator light will also illuminate in this mode operation. The emergency mode is limited to 10 miles an hour. After 10 miles an hour, the control tire inflation system is inflated with the sand setting and left the driver is reset to reselects emergency. Alright, sand mode key. Press the key, select the 40 psi tire pressure operating within sand, snow over the mud up to the maximum speed of 25 miles an hour. 25 miles an hour. Exceed with more than 1 minute, but reduce the 8 mile per hour indicator light with the flash. Exceed with the 4 more than 2 minutes. The central control tire inflation system will automatically inflate with the cross country XC setting. There's no time limit to operating this mode. The XC cross setting mode, cross country mode key. Press the key to select 55 psi tire pressure operating within a paved secondary roads unpaved, improve surface of the maximum speed of 40 miles an hour. If 40 miles an hour is overspeed except for more than 1 minute, reduce the miles per hour indicated with a little flash. Exceed with more than 2 minutes. These and control tire inflation system will automatically inflate the highway setting. There's no time limit for the operating of this mode. Highway key, mode key. The press the key to select the 9 psi tire pressure for the normal operating. Improve with the paved surface of the maximum speed 60 miles an hour. There no time limit for the operating of this mode. Electrical control unit. This control the controlled tire inflation system. Alright, 8. Reduce the mile per hour indicator light with the red light indicator of the vehicle that is traveling too fast with the select your mode following overspeed value with the color of the light to come in on the highway 6 miles an hour, cross country 40 miles an hour, sand 25 miles an hour. Emergency lights always on, run flat, no light. 1, 2, 3. Alright, speed control. Control the speed, push the lever down with the fast of the winch operation, push the lever that's low with the operation 2 line control, place the lever to stop the position, apply with the drum brake and stop the winch, move to the left, move the lever to the line out position, release the drum brake and pay out of the winch cable to move the lever to the line in position to reel in the cable to control with the 2 position toggle switch to control the engine speed, move the toggle switch to high speed to increase the engine speed with a maximum 1,000 RPMs, move the switch to low to increase the engine speed. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 is the cab vent window handle. Push the button, raise the lever over the unlock window, push the out of the handle, push the handle into the close of the window, lower the lever to lock the window. 2, the air horn cable. Pull the cable to activate the air horn, release the cable to deactivate the air horn. 3, the door open handling, pull the handle, open the cab door. 4, door window glass regulated handle, turn the left handle clockwise to lower the left window, then counterclockwise to raise the left window, turn the right handle to counterclockwise to lower the right window, and clockwise to the right and to raise the right window. 5, door lock button. Push the button down to lock the door to unlock either the pull door, opening handle, unlock them from the outside of the ignition key. Alright, 6, the transporter lock. M917A with the M917A with the material control system locks down for the body of the truck when the dump truck is being transported. Lock position 6 o'clock. Normally all 3 o'clock positions unlock position. Do not read the body if body is transport locked. Indicator light is instrument panel indicator the bodies locked TM 385 3805 264 14 and P. Alright, your additional controls and indicator continues stroke alert indicator except for the M915A2 with the M916A1 bright orange painted band painted on the strip of the drive of the air brake chamber with the invisible notified the unit maintenance perform stroke adjustment with the major brake service. Alright, ether control relay indicator light all except for the M915A and the A2 and the M916A1 red light comes on with the automatic ether injector system full canister is empty. Alright, section 2 preventive maintenance checks on services.